Hi, this is Lindsay with Model Trainee Joe, and we actually are visiting the Naptown White River Model Railroad Club. So we are here to show you more about what we do, and that is visiting different places, talking to them about, how to learn more about promoting their club, and also to show you what it's like to be in a working club. So we sometimes film in museums, but this isn't a museum. This is an actual working club. And what they're doing is they're teaching people how to model and to build and to wire. And then they're also getting to do these fun things on their own. So I am going to show you a lot more about what's going on. And the funny thing is they wanted me to visit first. And I said no, because I want to be surprised. I think that's the best part. So I'm going to flip this camera around because I'm tired of being seen, and show you a little bit about what we are doing and what they are doing here. And so Morgan is going to, Morgan, who is right here. There he is. Hi. And so he's going to show you more about what the club is like. Okay. So I'm going to back up and kind of walk you around and show you a little bit more about the trains. And so I'm going to come right to the front door, Morgan, and that way you can kind of act as if we're just coming in and show us a little bit more about your club. So here we are, like we've just arrived. And so what are we looking at?
All right, so this is our staging and working area of the Naptown and White River Model Railroad Club. We are a HO scale, what they call a twice around layout. So we are a complete loop railroad. We have one staging yard here, as well as a storage yard off to the other side, so that we can hold extra cars off the layout. Kind of like you think about a stage on a theater. You have the actors waiting to go in on stage, come off stage, and then you have your green room off to the side where you go and wait for your next scene coming up. So we've got one active staging yard and one active storage area. You can see in the center of the room there we have one of our members helping us, helping one of our new probationary members. They are actually building a road section for one of our portable layouts that we use to take to shows. Spreading glue onto a piece of foam that will be pavement for a drive lane and parking area.
That is so cool.
So we are, especially
the teaching part. It's really great.
That is one of our founding tenets, is teaching in model railroading. I don't remember the exact wording. I can look that up. But we are always striving to get new members involved, get younger members involved. Most of us join the club because somebody put a throttle in our hands and said, "Have at it." We try to be very inclusive. Even at train shows, we are one of the very few layouts that you will see at a train show that does not have a rope barrier. We want people to come up and run trains, get involved with our layout, with the hobby, ultimately become members themselves or modelers themselves. All right. So as we come into our main layout area, let me tell you a little bit about our club. Our club was founded in 1966. We have been in this location since 1983. The layout has been evolving continuously over the last 40 years. There are parts of the layout that are still fairly close to its original structure. There are sections that we are working on actively. We have been overhauling scenery over the years, so you will see some areas that are finished, some areas that are in process, some areas that will be targeted very soon. So unlike a museum layout, it is ever changing, ever evolving. It is very much alive. As I said, our layout is a twice around loop, so you will go through a scene twice on the layout. Usually that is separated by a grade change, so your first time through you'll be either upper or lower, and your second time through you'll be back on the other stage as you come through. We are DCC. Our layout is operated with Digitrax, digital command control. Our layout does support operation with phone throttles through the Digitrax LNWI. So most of our modelers actually, or most of our members actually run trains through an app on their smartphone. We do have throttles, but so often it's so easy to give somebody the app and just get them up and running, and they don't have to go to the store and buy an expensive throttle because they've already got their phones. So without further ado.
Okay, hold on one second.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna slow down here and just show you some of this is probably like your storage of buildings that you're using.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. And those of you that are watching and that are following along with us, please share and let other people know so that they can see this like once in a lifetime experience as we get to visit an active club.
All right. So as you step into the layout room, I would like to once again formally welcome you to the Naptown and White River Model Railroad Club. If you want to show that off to the right, just as an odd little quirk, that is a signature from Shane from Scale Trains. They were here last October and had a visit to the layout, and he autographed the wall. That was probably the highlight of his day. He's never done something like that before. So, you need into the
yeah,
okay.
I'm going to get him fixed up with a controller.
Excellent. So, say hello to the audience there, Mike.
Hello.
I love the t-shirt.
Run trains with it.
Okay.
So our layout is very much a freelance model railroad. The Naptown and White River is fictionally based on railroading in central and southern Indiana, but the layout is very much freelance. So we've taken quite a few liberties. There are areas throughout that if you're familiar with Indianapolis area, draw inspiration from Lockwood. Some of the future locals might recognize some input, but it is a freelance model railroad. So come in, look around, I think I'll let you do one round and then I'll show you the really fun stuff. Again, if you would get a chance to see the layout before I turn the lights on.
Okay, so somebody just asked me, where did you buy all of this stuff?
So we have now 3 active coffee shops in the Indianapolis area. There used to be a lot more. I think most people can relate to that. But 3 active coffee shops.
Oh no, hold on. It says they can't hear. What? Oh, that's not good.
Microphone test. 1, 2, 1.
Can it? Oh, that's better. So we hear that's better.
Excellent.
Oh,
Okay.
yay! And so the question. Oh, yay! Oh, good.
All right.
Okay, so we lost the sound for a minute. Oh, wonderful.
Okay, so let's go back to just we have 3 active hobby shops here in the Indianapolis area. There used to be a couple of more that have gone by the wayside, but we have Hobbytown USA up on the northeast side. We have Train Central on the east side. We have A-Trains, who also does a lot of DVDs and apparel, as well as model trains down in Greenwood. So we get a lot of stuff from those 3. There are also 2 hobby shops up near the Kokomo area. We have the Train Exchange. We have the Train in Connection, just opened a couple of years ago, so some of our members get stuff from there as well. There's a hobby shop down in, there's actually 2 hobby shops down in Louisville area that I have visited on my way. Some of that I bought stuff from there on the layout. Other stuff comes from eBay, comes from online, wherever, all over.
Great. Hi, Luca from Italy. We got a shout out from Italy. We're in Indianapolis.
So I try to support Model Tech Studios. There's a lot of nice scenery stuff. Frenchman River Model Works. Of course, you know the big brands, but I am very much getting into adding a story to the scenery. So I am always looking for the smaller detail parts. I wouldn't call myself a super detailer yet, but we'll highlight some of the towns and talk about some of the stuff I try to strive for. So I'm always looking at some of those smaller brands. And I'm always finding new stuff every day.
Very awesome. This
is the city of Naptown. Naptown is the headquarters yard for the Naptown and White River. So this is very much an original. We are drawing up ideas to expand on the engine facility. Right now this is set late 50s, early 60s era. So this would be the nerve center of the railroad. Anything that needed heavy maintenance would be done in Naptown. All of the freight switching would originate out of Naptown and then gotten broken up into the various subdivisions. This is an interstate railroad connecting the cities of Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Evansville, Chicago, and Cincinnati. Very much in the same way the Monon was constructed. So Indianapolis or Naptown Yard would have been the heart and soul of that operation.
So Jimbo Jakin 69 asked us what got us all into trains. What got you into trains?
Well, I reincarnated with that one. Mom tells a story. I was probably about a year and a half old trying to look out the window, and I asked her when the train was coming through town. And I'm looking right where the tracks would have been, except they've been pulled out 20 years before I was born.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. So I guess this would be like the rail yard?
Yes. Yep, this would be the main rail yard with a
Naptown East
switching
and West.
industry, a switching branch off the back, an industrial branch. Fun fact, before we punched the hole into the crew room back in the 90s, I believe they did that. That was the original main line through Naptown and White River. It came down that curve, went through, came back down around the yard. When we punched into the crew room, we cut that off on the end. We were actually talking about putting that bypass back in because we also use our crew room for meetings. So this would let kids be able to run during the business meetings without having to run the noisy trains in through while we're talking. So that's a project to be addressed down the road. But we are looking at bringing some of that history back as it comes full circle.
Wow. So as they were saying that this is, there's sections. Oh, wow. What is your favorite train on the display? Jimbo Jenkins asked.
Favorite train on the display? You mean like favorite area I've worked on, or? I think my favorite spot has been right up here. This was not one of my first projects, but my first real success story was right here on this area.
Okay,
we'll get to that in a minute. So as we come out of Naptown, we go into Lockwood Junction. This was one of my first work areas. This is a transload facility. So it's set up to unload both gravel hoppers, and then normally they'd have tank cars here, but they've staged empty hoppers here today. You can see the weights in the cars that we use to add weight to the empty hoppers. But this is one of the things I was talking about a minute ago where I try to add a little more life to the scene. If you looked at the figures, so we actually got somebody here trying to spot this tractor trailer as he's coming back in. You got somebody actually in action. You got somebody else walking back here. Somebody walking out of the office on the phone, and somebody at the gate checking trucks in as they would come in. So it's not just about necessarily putting down trees and scenery and figures, but putting it down in a way that kind of looks like a snapshot for real life.
That looks great.
Want to get in this shot?
And thank you all for joining and for sending your likes. I am just trying to man the poll to film, and so I can't always reply. What type of model train is your favorite?
I have always been a fan of passenger trains.
Yeah, me too.
Passenger trains. I love steam engines, but steam engines in HO modeling can be a little temperamental, finicky to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. That's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Jimbo Jenkins, for the likes. Thank you all. Thank you, Ali B, for sharing the live. Hey, I hear Morgan. Oh, somebody knows you. You're famous.
Oh, yeah?
It is Ben Harlem 02.
Oh, yeah, I know Ben. Ben and I used to work together in a couple of the museum operations around the state.
Yeah. Well, Ben Harlem 02, Morgan is saying hi. Oh my God, this is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to get another look back into here, into this area, and then we will head further around.
I recommend getting a good shot down the street.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So not everything in model railroading is actually perfect. If you notice, a couple of those street lights are actually dark. Some of those street lights that are dark are actually supposed to be lit up, and I'm pretty sure I accidentally broke the wiring on them. So rather than try to replace them and break the glue that's holding them in, I just decided to incorporate them and put a little scene up. The guy trying to change the light bulb.
Hi, Tomboy 52. High-end scale guy 69. Thank you guys for joining. So again, if you didn't see, we are at Naptown White River Model Railroad Club, and we're just taking a look kind of behind the scenes of how an active club works. Now, if we want to go really behind the scenes, we can kind of take a look under here. But let's go further. I love the trees. They're gorgeous. So which side do you want to see?
Let's go.
Okay, we'll go this way.
Whichever. I tend to. So you're coming around. This is what we refer to as German Hill. This is actually a scratch-built rope bridge made from scale lumber and string that a former member had put together.
Wow. Oh, wow. Look at that's amazing. And Scale 69 says, great looking layout. Thank you, Dan Wilson 77 for joining. Thank you, Hottest Owner, for joining. Please share with others so that they come and join us, because this is really a once in a lifetime experience to get to see an active club like this and all the history behind it.
Not yet, no.
Naptown is White River Equipment Defect Detector. Milepost 38.6. No defects. Total axle count.
See the old abandoned spur line there.
Train.
All overgrown, taken up by nature.
I love it.
Train. Select 1731.
How it just ends like right there. Yeah.
2.
Hi, Brian. Ellsworth 5. Iva Rails. And we have a Rails Series 19. Can you ask your question again? I didn't understand. Hi, Friday Beers. Those you guys have got some great handles. Oh, any via rail.
Not right on this layout. I don't think we have anybody. Neil's the only one that had a Via car, but we don't have any Via modelers. Our layout is very much based central Indiana, so we don't have a lot of Canadian overlap as far as passenger operations goes.
So you like Markland. So if you are watching, we definitely do. Model Train HO does Markland, but this is a different scale. And then somebody says, from France, here it's 3 a.m. and I'm in love. Oh, well, I'm in love. Moi, je suis amoureuse que vous êtes en France. Je préférerais être en France en ce moment, mais on est aux États-Unis. Donc, merci Easy Focus pour l'avoir rejoint à nous. Jonathan, Helen, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, we have Marklands, but we always like to see what other people do. And this, as you can see, is absolutely amazing. Like all the detail work in the back, the cabin, all the different propane. We've got another train coming in here. Look at this. Look at this come in. Okay, so somebody says they use Digitrax. Is this like Digitrax?
Yes, yep, this is Digitrax, BCC. We are equipped for smartphone operations with Digitrax LNWI. So anybody who comes to the club is welcome to run, put the app on their own smartphone. No throttles required.
Wow, that's amazing. T Silva 224 says, very nice. Makes me want to start mine up again. Absolutely start yours up again. And if you can't start yours up again, then you find a club nearby and you see if you can join, because there's always clubs that are looking probably for new members and looking for more active people to get involved if you don't have room at home. You're right. I don't know where to look. So I'm so excited that I'm discovering this like as we go with you guys, because I'm like, wow. What era is the layout based around the 90s? They ask. That is Chessie Storm. Chessie Storm says what?
So our club layout is not set to any one era. Our general standard is that any scene based on whatever natural divider, be it the view block or a bridge, maintains a consistent level of era appropriateness. So if most of the scene is going to be 1960s and the vehicles would reflect the 1960s, the industries would reflect the 1960s a little more accurately, but we do not model any one specific era. We've got members who are all interested in different things. This club has been in this location since 1983, so we have 40 years of history in this layout. So the stuff that was modern when this layout was built is now considered a different era by our standards today. So we have chosen to, in some ways, absorb that history and preserve it on the layout as new members come in, and other ways try to update some of those scenes so that people have different areas they can work on and be engaged in. But we don't lock into any one specific era.
Cool. So Wonder 074 just asked, I used to own a Santa Fe freight setback when I was 12. Okay, so that's really cool. I love the old Santa Fe trains. They're beautiful.
No, I don't. That's a U30. Yeah, I guess I got the U-Go between home.
So talking about the history and the era of our layout, as you come around the corner, after we watch this guy roll through, as you come around the corner, you will see a farm area that we are working on overhauling. That's actually a father and son team are working on that as the son's kind of first project on the layout. Let him have his chance to put his fingerprints on here as well.
Thank you, Gabe DeFilipino, for the likes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chessie Storm, for the likes. So, okay, we have two things. Do you all own any heritage units, and then any railroaders that are members at the club? Great layout. So, are there any members that are railroaders?
Yes, we have 2 members currently who are active CSX engineers out of Avon Yard. We almost never see them because they're so busy right now. But we have 2 engineers who are active. We have another gentleman who is interested in getting on. And then I work with a scenic railway down in Tell City, the Ohio River Scenic Railway, as a part-time capacity as a coach attendant, and working on getting my conductor's license, hopefully sometime in the nearest future.
Okay, D. Rooker 79 joined. Wonder 74 asked about the heritage units. Oh, wait a second. We have a train coming through, so.
Do you have any of your heritage units with you? Okay. We have members that own heritage units. We don't have any on the club roster that you would recognize. We do have an assortment of NWR paint schemes from various eras. So we have our own quote-unquote heritage unit. When we get back into the crew room, I can show you those.
Okay.
And talk about the paint schemes, various.
So we got a wave and a hello from Iowa Interstate, which is, I need my glasses, I'm getting old. Decerate Decorata family. Please forgive me if I pronounce that right. Gabe the Filipino said, I love model trains and I'm planning to make my own model, so you guys have any tips? Any tips? So you got to come here because they'll teach you, which is amazing.
Definitely. If you've got a community around you, rely on that. Rely on friends. This doesn't have to be a private in-home hobby if you don't want it to be. One of the beautiful things about the club is if you're not good with electrical and you don't want to mess with it,
like
you've got
me.
somebody who is. If you want to learn, this is a good opportunity to learn.
Well, look at this. It says track drying. Track drying, like.
So one of the things we do as a rule for our standard, we use Atlas Code 100, but we go through and we actually paint the ties a brown color as opposed to the plastic ties that are black. It gives it a little more of an air of realism that way. I think this is also looking like they're gluing and plastering down.
And then they ask, Wonder074 asks, how long have you been into trains?
My whole life. My whole life.
How about you?
Since I was 6.
Since you were 6.
Well,
oh my
that's
gosh.
the first time I saw a model railroad train at Union Station downtown.
Wow.
And this was something I've always wanted to do. When I turned 72 years old, I finally got to do it. I joined this club.
That's amazing.
So there was a big gap where I thought about it, but I didn't do it.
That's what everybody says. And so somebody Kata Luke says, I love this because I love trains and modeling, but I don't have the best patience. So you're the best.
Well, the best thing about this club is that I'm new to this, but we have guys here that have been doing this for decades that I'm learning from.
That's if somebody you have to remind me the gentleman who was here earlier who left with the longer beard.
Tom Walker.
Tom.
Yep.
Tom Walker. So he said, if you say that you know everything, then you're full of shit. I think I added the curse word, So hello from Minnesota. Hi guys, thank you guys for the likes. Please share with others because again, this is like a once in a lifetime experience to get to see an active club and get to see what they're doing.
So this is the city of LaSalle, or the town of LaSalle. This is very much based on small communities all over the Midwest. LaSalle is not based on any one town, but we've drawn a lot of influence from Shelbyville and Greensburg, Indiana. Ironically, we had been talking about where to put a place to put an auto facility, which is the peninsula on the back wall and actually connects into this yard through a lift-out section. But it also kind of imitates life a bit because in Greensburg we have the Honda plant that opened on the Central Indiana Railroad, which was a very small short line that suddenly went from like 70 cars every month to 70 car auto rack trains twice a week. Not yet.
I'm gonna come take a look at it. The worst is I left my glasses, like I broke them right before I came, and so I took them off, and now I can't see. Oh gosh, thank you guys. Thank you for sharing the live. Scorpion Devil 12, thank you for sharing the live. This is just such a great chance to see. Look at that in the back. Look how amazing that is.
So if you want to step forward, I'll talk about something here. So Lindsay, you'd mentioned doing water scenes and studying Luke Towen's videos on YouTube. This area behind you is a lake and water area that I had been working on. This is just a 2-part epoxy resin, like you would use to finish a bar table. You can get it at Lowe's, or you can order specialty products from a hobby shop. The Magic Water, the Woodland Scenics Realistic Water is the same concept, but you can also get it at any hardware store. It's just a 2-part epoxy resin.
That's incredible.
Yep, I use 2 drops of brown acrylic paint and a drop of green, just tiny little drops. You don't need much to tint the water, and then you just build it up in various layers. And you can get a very nice, if I may toot my own horn, a very nice water effect.
This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Oh, took it while it's hot. Thank you guys for the likes. I can't even keep up. And all of these likes go to Naptown, White River, because this is absolutely incredible. We'll follow the train back through. Ooh, woo-wee! A road railer. Hi, Louisa Ranrail. So Gabe the Filipino asks, what is your favorite train? You can see right into
Favorite train, I've always been in love with the 4449. And I have to give a shout out also to the two Indiana stars, the nickel plate 587 and the 765.
So did I just hear that your clubhouse was here somewhere on the layout,
Yes,
and I missed
yes.
it?
So we actually have a scale model of the Naptown and White River Model Railroad Club on the Naptown and White River Model Railroad Club.
Wow, so check it out. So you can't see because we're inside of it, but this is what the building looks like. So when I pulled up outside, I said, what is this place? It's like, it's just a building. And then you walk in and like, this is what you see. Everything inside this building is amazing. And the outside, you're like, oh, it's a building. But the contents is absolutely mind-blowing. I'm so glad it was, like I said, I'm like, the fact that, oh, what happened? Was there any?
There's a thing on the outside of that was doing it Monday night.
Thank you guys for joining. We're going to keep going around this circle, but I don't know about you. This is absolutely amazing. Like these people right behind me, like, can you tell me like how amazing they are? Amazing. So let's keep going. This is just incredible. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm going to be here all night with a second shift.
We've been here, we've done that.
Yeah, there have been plenty of stories of us sitting around the crew table. You know, everybody comes and runs trains for 15 minutes and then sits and talks, and somebody goes, oh, hey, it's 8 o'clock. I need to go home. Oh, hey, it's 9 o'clock. I was going home an hour ago.
Right?
Oh, how did it get to be 11:55? All right, let's go watch Amtrak.
I know. Oh, that's incredible. I love it. I think that's the thing during COVID, that's what happened to me, is like, it's what kept my marriage together, is what it was, is I would go down into the basement and start working on something, you know, because we were locked in. Like, what were we going to do?
My late wife used to make trees for me.
She did? That's amazing. So on the 21st, so the 21st of March, I'm going to be doing one of the NMRA talks, and it's all about women railroaders. And so it's going to be a live Zoom, and it's going to talk about the women in model railroading. And what's amazing is that a lot of times people don't realize that the wives are involved. And it's like the number of memes and videos I see where they're like, oh, does your wife let you do that? Well, shoot, yes, she does. You know, it's a good part of it. That's really great.
So
I'm just sorry. I'm just like looking at the detail of like the person sitting on the bridge. Check this out.
So I wanted to point out, we had a modeled abandoned track earlier that we showed you guys, but this is an actual abandoned track. Before we built this peninsula on the wall, there was actually a loop here, and you could get around behind it. It came across this bridge and looped in. So that is an actual abandoned track on a model railroad.
Wow. Woodland Hiker says, looks awesome. Swap 1970 joined. Hi guys. Dev 2 Up don't join. Thank you guys for joining in with us as we go through the layout again. And I apologize for not being able to shout out to everybody who joins. My eyes are like glued to all of what I'm seeing, because for me it's a discovery. Like, I'm discovering it with you guys. Look at this, the details. Like the wife is there like waiting.
Is this the end here, or do you have more? Okay.
So now you're coming into Thomasville. This is a small rural farm town, grain silo, co-op, and not really much else there, but very much a rural farm railroad town.
So Scorpion Devil 12 says, very nice layout. So if you've just joined us, this is the Naptown White River Model Railroad Club. It's written right on the train, like how much more. It's just amazing. Look at this go by. I could watch forever. Oh, let's get right up in there. Can you believe that? Look at it. It's like we're trackside. Oh. Okay, so you were saying.
I was going to point out real quick. I'm proud of my dad. He made that sign, the Bison County Stockyard sign. That's just balsa wood he etched out with a Dremel. I mean, made a stencil. He and I in Microsoft Word printed it out, taped it over, and etched out the lettering for Bison County Stockyards on that sign.
Oh, wow. So, Gabe DeFilipino said, man, my TikTok crashed. I couldn't handle the awesomeness here. This is like a house of awesomeness. Like, the awesomeness doesn't stop. I agree. Absolutely incredible.
I was going to go up. I was going to look at that. Somebody asked about NSA. I was going to look at that around.
Did you ever see the deer back behind the car?
Hi, Stanley Cabro. Hi, everybody, for joining. Ty Soar joined. Thank you guys for joining us. So we are at the Naptown White River Model Railroad Club. So it's not a museum. This is a club. These are active people who are here working, and they are just building on their spare time, Monday and Thursday nights. So I just was lucky that I was here on a Thursday night to check it out. And so you can see all the different details of the structure. And like, this place has been here for, what did we say, 50 years?
In this building since 1983.
Since 1983.
39
Wow.
and a half roughly years. We've been in existence since 1966.
Oh, okay.
Before we were here, we were set up in the former Baltimore and Ohio Freight House in Indianapolis.
Oh, wow. Does that visit? Can you visit that place?
That building has been torn down by Chessie System. If you go on our website, www.naptownrr.org, you can find an article on that if you're curious to see where on Google Maps that area was. But that building has long since been torn down.
Sorry, I'm having camera difficulties because my light decided to turn on that I wasn't expecting. Okay, so say the website again, just because I can't get it into the chat.
The website is www.naptownrr.org.
Awesome. So, and that is amazing. So we're right into the train station, it looks like. And then I love how you guys have on your trains, you can see the Naptown and White River. I love that. Thank you all for your likes. Please do share and let other people know that we are here and that we are filming live as I'm discovering it as well. Oh, and I love when there are drive-through theaters. And now this one works, doesn't it? I think I saw that like this actually works. Can you?
It does work. I'm not sure. I'm smart enough to know how to turn it on, but it does work. That is actually a DVD player behind that.
That's so cool.
So we can play home movies on that.
That is incredible.
So
wow. Sorry, I'm freaking out because I don't know about you guys who are watching and you guys who have joined, but like everywhere I look, there's like a new detail. And like I said, I haven't seen this. Like I waited to film and go live before I actually explored, because I wanted to see exactly what it looked like and discover with you. So I'm like fully in the emotion. So there was like a legit fire, and like this is like a legit hobo fire right here going on. They're hanging out.
Let me capitalize on that moment then to really introduce you to the layout. You've seen it once, you're going to see it again in a whole new light.
Oh no. I'm not ready for this. I don't know about you guys. I am not ready for this. This is absolutely unbelievable. Would love to stay, but work calls early tomorrow, so I'll look forward for next time. Thank you, Scorpion Devil 12. I know, work is calling. I should work, I should sleep, but whoa, who shut the lights out? So Naptown and White River, is this in Indiana? Yes, it is. It is Hoosier Daddy 1987. That is hilarious, Hoosier Daddy 1987. That is hilarious. That is a good call sign. So Naptown and White River is in Indiana. We are just outside of, we are in Indianapolis.
Yes, yep.
Okay, so we are in Indianapolis, and we are visiting the Naptown White River Model Railroad Club. So now they just shut the lights off. And so this is a whole different perspective with their lights on.
So underneath the back side of our fascia lighting, we have, this is actually a semi-professional, a professional lighting set up by a company called Luminum. But you can find LED smart, programmable smart LED rope lights in most of your big box stores now, and give your layout a whole new set of perspectives. One thing this lets us do is it still gives us plenty of light that we can see and walk around without bumping into things, uncouple trains, handle paperwork for operations, but it lets us draw out the lights in the buildings and the scenes and the shop signs. It gives things a whole new perspective. But one of the things we like about this is I have a full range, and it doesn't like doing it from back here this far, but I have a full range of color for the lights.
Oh, so GM Narubs, because thank you for watching from Thailand, and I know you want Thai trains. And Fernando 1113 just asked us, is there any British trains? I'm gonna have to go ask them if there are, because right now we are in. Is there any British trains?
Not on the layout at this time. No.
Okay. So we are really right in an American style layout. And it's a local scene of what's going on here. So unfortunately, no British and no Thai trains, but hopefully, check this out. I know, damn, I know, Fernando at the 1113, I know. But maybe I'm gonna have to come to Britain and film trains there. That'll have to happen. Morgan, you'll have to go to Britain with me. We're gonna take this on the road.
Absolutely.
So check it out. I don't know. I haven't had dinner. I haven't had lunch. There's Waffle House. The lights are up. They're ready. Look at this. You know, the Dr. Pepper sign. It's giving us the time. Check out all the lights, and then look at the Roadhouse.
We actually have, I picked this up off of a gentleman who makes them on eBay. We have even have a lighted little vending machine right here on the corner with the...
No way. So, I have to have this. So we have a vending machine. We do not have a lighted vending machine. Have you guys ever seen... Sorry, but could you do some shunting?
Some shunting? Let's see if I can get an engine going right now.
They are going to do that. I love all the small details that bring things to life. Like, look at this. And so Kyle Everson 88 says, what an amazing layout. You're absolutely right. And so we are in the dark at this moment, sort of. It's mostly because we're getting behind the, a nighttime scene.
Are you getting enough light for shooting? If you turn it back up, I need to.
I have this light. So look, here is like a camp under the tracks. So actually it was lucky that my ring light came on at a good time. Oh.
One of the things, our programmable lights, that I really like is we've got, and where's your camera I can show. So this is the remote control for our programmable lights, depending on what you use. There's some that are programmed just from your smartphone, but I've got a couple of different preset options, and it doesn't want to cooperate with me tonight, but
yeah, somebody mentioned the hobo camp, and then GM Nervous because says I like it very much. Ordered a model, show from the US.
There we go. So we can go to a blue for a full nighttime effect. You saw the yellow for kind of a dusk light. But we can, I got a complete range. We can edit around that, right?
Okay, somebody asked how much did this cost in total. You don't want to know, because then you'd have to come, you don't want to know. Some people say oh, you play with trains. No, trains are not a toy. They're very expensive because do you know how much it takes to get something to run like this? So an engine, what would you say? An engine could be anywhere from $200 to $1,000.
Usually it's generally about 2 to 3. Depending if you get a steam engines are where it gets expensive, and it can be up to anywhere from 4 to 600 depending on what you get. If you get a sound or not. I know some out there probably cost $700.
Yeah, no kidding. And especially depends on the scale because these are HO scales, so it's like when you get into the Z into the G scales, like the small and the big scales, it gets really expensive. So we have a shout out from the Philippines. Hi to Tintin Manican. Hi. Could I get a tone, please? What is? Are you like a horn? Are they larger than the old triangle G gauge? Oh, there you go. There you go. You wanted the sound. There you go. Yeah, I know. As if I want one of those. Yeah, the top side creeper. So this is like a drawing. It's one of the things that people look at to see what's kind of going on. Are they larger than the old Trang T1 gauge? Are these larger than the old Trang TT gauge?
I'm not familiar with the TT gauge.
So isn't TT isn't that smaller than Z though? XXW PXXGB. You have to send it to me again because I think for me TT gauge is the smallest that exists, and then Z, and then after Z there's N, and then after N HO, after HO OO,
No, yeah.
O.
Yep.
S G LMNOP. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, I know. What's the latest building they're working on? And then, yeah.
So this area, the latest area we've been working on, this area right over here is a farm scene. One of our younger members is working on with his father. It is, as you can see, very much in the demolition and reconstruction phase. The engine house you guys were looking at just a few minutes ago, I just put the finishing touches on that about 2 weeks ago now, a week and a half ago. So that is probably the newest one to get finished up. The area we left previously behind where you were seeing the intermodal facility is going to become a logging and switching area. Tom Welker, who we were talking to before the live video started, is pushing on that one. He's got plans for that. So lots of areas in various stages of under construction or getting completed, getting finished up.
So hi to the UK, hi to the Philippines. And so we are in Indiana. We are on Central Time.
Eastern. We are on Eastern.
We're in Eastern here?
Yep, we're in Eastern. Yep.
Was it Greencastle that's Central Time?
I don't think so, no.
Why did they tell me we were in Central? Well, I learned something new. That's good. It's not as late as I thought then. Well, it's late, but it's all relative. I know. We're getting another look around at the buildings and the lights. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for the follows too. We really appreciate it. It helps us fun and show you different things. Look at the back scenery. That's so amazing. I did. I'm gonna come back and film it, but like my eye, like I see the little guy, I'm like, no, I'm like, every time he's telling me stories, and I'm like, but there's a person, and there's a hobo, and there's a bear. Because I like the modeling part. I'm not the trained runner, so I always see the details. Very interesting. You guys are like incredible. No sound. What scale would be the best for a small garden railroad that wouldn't break the bank? That's Ford, NUA. The problem, I think that the problem, there shouldn't be anything muted. Why does it say? Oh. I don't know. Tell me if you can hear. I don't know. It says there's no sound. So generally for an outdoor railroad, it has to be, usually it's G, because G is what?
Generally, G is the smallest scale that is designed
To be outdoors.
Outdoor. The sun is very hard on plastics, especially in HO scale. If you're in a temperate climate, there are British modeling communities in Great Britain, England, parts of Europe, that they do have outdoor HO or OO gauge layouts. Generally, they pull the equipment, the engines, and the cars and some of the buildings in so that they're not getting hit by the harsh rays of the sun all the time. But there are outdoor HO scale layouts, but generally I'd say G is about your safest bet.
So Kyle Everson 88 asked if this is a group project. And so obviously, yeah, it's a group project because this is a model railroad club. So usually we visit museums, we visit historical societies, we look at, different types of layouts that are usually either fixed or they're there for a short period of time. Well, this is a club, so we have a club member here. Hi, club member. Hi.
I actually have a YouTube channel myself.
You do? Oh my gosh. Well, you have to plug your YouTube channel. So can you tell them, we can put it in the chat, so you can check out your YouTube channel. So what's your YouTube channel?
It's Amtrak Films 139.
So it's YouTube. It's usually youtube.com/ is it just / Amtrak Trains
Films.
Amtrak Films. I'm gonna check it out, that's for sure.
And then see if I can have you step back around here. I want you to get a shot of something we always like showing off as well, back on this side as he comes around. If you would, train your camera right in this area and listen.
Naptown and Lockwood, people, connected, milepost, 3, 8, 6. Naptown and Lockwood, equipment, defect detected, milepost, 3, 8.6. No defect. Total axle count 5, 6. Train speed 6, 7. Train length 1, 6, 8, 5. Temperature 6, 3. End of transmission.
So we actually have sensors there in the track that are counting the axles as they go over and the speed they are going over, and convert all that into accurate counts and accurate scale counts.
Wow.
That sensor is set to trigger on a certain range. We can actually get defects. It will trigger a hot box or dragging wheel or a dragging equipment error. And during operating sessions, if you hit the sensor at the exact wrong time, then you get to stop your train for a few minutes and do a walk-around pseudo inspection to address the situation before you can get back underway.
So Annette Welker 173 said since the 1980s, because somebody asked how long this group had been in the setup. So she heard me or she knows. Either way, thank you for plugging that. And is there a way you could modify the tracks in a way that you could make roads with functioning cars? So as a matter of fact, I've seen clubs that have functioning cars and functioning, where the cars are literally driving on the roads, and that usually has to do with something that's underneath. And that's...
Our modelers also, I've seen a couple of examples where they have converted micro RC vehicles. I don't know if anybody might remember the Zip Zaps line of model cars. They're a little bigger than a Hot Wheels car. But they've taken the RC motors out of that and put them into some of the larger HO vehicles like a van, or I've seen it done with semi-trucks, and they will go driving around on their layouts with an RC vehicle.
Okay. So Kyle Iverson asked about the Amtrak. So our let's see, what was the YouTube channel? So our YouTube channel is Model Train HO. That's our YouTube channel, but we were getting information about the Model Train, or the YouTube channel of one of the members here, and that was mentioned earlier. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the likes. I might have to stop at some point soon because I need to actually film things. I want to film so I can show bites of what's going on. But I don't know about you, I'm having so much fun looking at all the details. Look at this. The rail yard. And like you were talking about how you like passenger trains. It's the same for me. I think it's hard because being in the Northeast, we have mainly, we have a lot, I mean, we have obviously both passenger and freight, but because we have a passenger train that goes, I know I wouldn't blame you for this greatness. I know I can't stop. Because we have passenger trains that go right in front of our house. We have both the Amtrak, the Acela that go right in front of our house, the Metro North. We have a hard time getting into other things than passenger trains, where that being said, you know, obviously freight trains are a big part of the U.S. Look at these water scenes. Check this out. And so hi from Malaysia. We have people, I think it's the time difference. It's great. So we have people in the Philippines and Malaysia watching. And then of course we had Ferdinand 1113 is watching from Great Britain. So he's up way past his bedtime. Oh, Montana. Hi from Montana. Hi, oh yeah, you're a little bit closer. Oh, so okay, I see. I couldn't see without my glasses. So Kyle is in Montana. You're close. So you'll have to come and visit. It's funny, I'm a night owl, so I see better at night than in the light, though.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, thank you for the rose. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for following me along on this amazing journey. I'm going to film a few more things before I close, and then I'll do some shots of some of the specific locations, and then I will upload those videos so you can enjoy those afterwards on our TikTok and on our Instagram Model Train HO channel. So as you know, Model Train HO, because we film mostly HOs, and as the joke goes, I'm the Model Train Ho. So thank you guys again for joining us. I'm going to flip this because I'm not nearly as much fun to look at as these trains that are coming through. What's the biggies industry? What does that mean? Somebody asked, what's the biggies industry? What's the biggest industry? For Louisiana Rail asked, what's the biggest industry?
Our biggest single physical industry is probably train elevator behind Naptown.
Oh, the biggest industry, yeah. So you said it's the Acme?
Yeah. By physical footprint.
Love the train, love the sound of them going down the tracks. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I know. I do too. It's all the different sounds. It's like the sounds of the tracks, it's the sounds of the industries, it's all of it. It's everything. So I'm probably going to give like another little view over into the working room, because I think this is just so cool that there is a working room where Adam Rockwell. So yeah, we're at the Naptown White River Club, and so like here's the clubhouse. Like check it out. They're hanging out. And they're learning. And this is where they actually, Big Stinky Fart Boy just shared the video. I love these names. They're amazing.
Okay, let me get you to.
So
then
this
here's-
is where they do all the actual work, where they have their trains all kind of set up and stocked out. You know, you have all the news of what's going on.
So we started
How much
at
does
the
all this
library.
cost? Thousands and thousands of dollars. Skylson production, which is why it's great that it's been here forever and everybody kind of brings in their own thing. Has there ever been any derailments? I think I almost saw one a few minutes ago. Like, look at this. So they have the work list. They have the work list of like who's doing what. They have all their bits and bolts. We're gonna have to ask about the derailment, so you can see over here where they're working some more, and then here is like another place where they're doing all the, you know, they're teaching. You know, they're teaching people like how to put tracks down, and then here again is they're doing more of like teaching.
And you pour it in there, but you can only do 1/8 of an inch at a time.
And so again, like that's the best part about being in a club is like you have young people who come and they learn, and they learn how it works.
We started here, but we've got a lake. See, we needed a way for the water to get down to the lake.
I think that's probably where they do their spray paint.
And remember, this is that foam. So we dug down into the foam.
So we're gonna get a last question. So we were asked, has there been any derailments? And I said, I think I almost saw one a few minutes ago.
Yeah, there's been a couple.
Yeah. So did I say this is part of a course? Well, not really. It's, you know, when you have a club does different things. Like they get together as a club would, and they you know, run the train. So, you know, quote unquote, they're playing, they're using them, and then they build, and each person does a different thing. But some people have never done any of this before, and they really want to get involved in model railroading. And so they will come, and some of the, you know, the longer standing members will give, you know, classes, courses, as you will, and they'll teach new members like how to do what they want to do. Do they want to do the modeling part? Do they want to do, you know, building of actual buildings? Are they looking to do like water scenes? Do they want to do the wiring? I mean, like, look at this. I mean, it's like doing the wiring, doing all these different things. It's just, it's incredible, all the different skill sets that you need. Oh, wow. This is a great shot. I like people want to be drivers before choosing anything else. That's funny. Actually, I don't ever drive a train. I never get to drive the trains. And actually, there was
You
this.
want to switch?
That would be crazy. Oh my God, should I switch? I have to do my hair first. So there's actually, the funniest thing is like one of the places that we went to, they even do a night where women come and drive the trains because most men don't allow them to do it. So I thought that was hilarious. So you want to change throttles?
We can change.
So we're going to change. So Morgan is going to film, and where do you play? So we are playing.
Oh, do I need to hold the...
So it depends on, we'll tighten it. It depends on how you want to hold it. Oops, sorry guys. I am switching this around so we can switch. So forgive the technical. I'll give you a screenshot. There we go. I don't know why it just got tight on me. There we go. There you go. So this should move, or we can tighten it a little bit more.
So I just need to hold it.
Yeah, just hold it.
All right.
Okay, so what do I do?
Okay, so this is an app called Engine Driver. This is just on my smartphone. This is for Android smartphones. So this right here, this is speed control. You can see where my...
Some old men don't let women drive. That's so funny. That's so true.
Then
Adam
I've got...
Rockwell, that's so true.
I've got sound on this train set. So I've got... Uh-oh. I had sound on this engine.
It's hard
Let's
to do
come...
See, men can't do two things at once. Proof and point. Proof and point.
I do run 2 trains at once sometimes.
Not well. So I will go ahead and let you take that. And we're going to go ahead and just tip these off real quick here. Get them reset.
I thought we were going to get a derailment.
Nope, but I am kind of wondering where the back of my train is here. All right, so Lindsay, up on the top of the phone, you will see a button that says REV, that is reverse.
Okay.
You'll go ahead and tap that.
I thought it was like a rev the engine. I'm going to rev the engine up.
No train is too fast for the kids or too slow for the adults.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and turn that slider up. And we're going to actually come back here.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so cool! So I can I can go faster and slower?
Yep.
Because ours probably can do this.
So,
This means I can hit the horn? I can hit the horn! It's sort of like, choo choo! I can hit the horn again. I can hit the horn. Choo choo! I love it. Oh, this one's just fun. Okay, let me see.
and we're going to... Oh, that's why we lost our train. All right, and go ahead and slow it down for me as you come into town here. Somebody wanted derailment. Well, good news, you got your derailment. The bad news is it's behind the building, so you can't actually see. All right, go ahead and stop it right there for me. And real quick, we're going to film. Where are we at here?
My son isn't playing with it. He would be the one pushing the button all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's still going. Oh, that's why. It's still going.
Yep.
The sounds are very nice. What does it say? Oh, that's just
showing off. Yep.
Oh, you know it. I've never done this before. I never am allowed to drive trains, like ever. Never.
Women in trains. I work for a company called the Ohio River Scenic Railway. And we had an employee. She started with us when we were all working out of a museum up in northern Indiana. She was a coach attendant originally, and she was just out of high school, saw an ad in the paper for a job hosting on a Christmas train, and ended up becoming a certified conductor with us.
No
and
way.
she now works as a conductor for a switching company in Princeton, Indiana, working the Toyota plant. So from shy little car host who didn't know anything about trains, we're going to go ahead and throw this switch right here. And Lindsay, if you want to go ahead and put it in forwards and turn up the throttle, and we're going to get you out of town. Give me 2 short blasts on that air horn, please. 1 and 2, and you're good to take off.
Now, if it's easier, who is the co-partner in model training outside is, I don't know what it is, because I never need to drive trains. Never.
You'll just have to bring him back. Thank you for all the likes, everybody. I'm seeing the Seeing the notifications popping up there.
Maybe one more hoop give the horn. Are there any questions? I can't see.
Nope.
Sounds very nice.
Lots of joins, lots of likes popping up, lots of hearts flying. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, we got a young driver over there. Hi.
Atomic Rockwell says, "Get it, girl. You're a natural."
Yahoo! Thank you. No, I think I'll stick with modeling.
Hey, you gotta enjoy the work you put into it sometimes.
Yeah.
Skylands Production says Japanese trains aren't there. So Tom Welker actually has a few that he runs from time to time, but I don't see any of his engines out right now. So it's all just American products from 1950s to modern. Andrew, I see you joining there. Aren't you supposed to be running trains? Running trains. One of our club members there, wink wink, hint hint, nudge nudge, might have subscribed to your feed. Also, Lindsay, I hate to tell you this, but your phone is down to 20% of the battery.
I bet. I charged on the way here. That's how long we've been going. And I couldn't let it die before I filmed. So what do you think? One more? We'll let it get to the... We'll let it run over.
Yeah,
and then we'll take a stop because I got to film and I got to get to bed.
Tell you what, let me get past you. We'll just do. Thank you, everybody, for the likes and the hearts. Thank you for joining. Model Train HO does a wonderful thing promoting the hobby. We're very glad to have them out here with us tonight. So thank you for coming out.
Oh, this has been all my pleasure. I'm having a ball.
Somebody asked about derailments earlier. Here is the hard way as to how to unload a Triple Crown train. Yeah, go ahead and turn yours down. If I'd seen it sooner, I'd have routed you out to the other track, but...
With these, once they derail, it's like a domino.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you hold on to this for a second so I can help him get toyed up. If you, I don't know if you want to wrap the video up there, you can put the phone on the charger real quick.
Yep. Yeah, thank you, Morgan. Absolutely. Thank you, Morgan, for giving us the show. Thank you, everybody, for making this absolutely exceptional. This has been, like, so much fun. So, again, thank you for joining us with Model Train HO. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. Keep following our TikTok. And we hope to do more of these and showing you more behind the scenes of a model railroad club. And I have to ask, do you have any wacky trains? Do you guys have any wacky trains? Last question. Any wacky ones? I've seen some.
Not so much wacky trains on ours, no.
No wacky. They're all pretty normal here. So I think we've got at home, at our layout at home in Connecticut, we have like Halloween trains that light up, but we have a lot of different things like that that are festive, like the festive. So we have a Halloween, we have a Christmas train, but here they're pretty much all like to the location. So again, they're a lot of rolling stock, a lot of just general freight trains that are doing all kinds of different things. So thank you guys so much for joining. I really need to do some films and get more videos so that we can share at other times, and hopefully we'll get some more lives for you at other locations. But again, a huge thank you for letting me come and see this, the Naptown Model Railroad Club, and I'm gonna give you one last view of the train going and say night night.